Hey guys, it's me. Sorry, I've got really weird lighting in here tonight because the sun is like right there in my eyes. So, I'm gonna be off it there for a second while I set up my laptop to be able to monitor that. Say hi when you come in. Oh, there I am. Okay. All right, so tonight we're going to be making this cute little card box right here. And I know that's backwards for you, but it's not going to be in a minute. So we're going to do some technology magic here. Oops. That one, I believe. Yep, I need to be upside down before this can be right side up. Here. All right, now this is caught up so that I can see that everything is good. So this is the little card box that we're going to be making. And I'll decorate the outside of it, but what is really cool is what is in the inside of it. These are little gift tags, and if we don't use dimensionals on them, you can also use them as cute little bookmarks. They make great gifts. I know when I go to give a gift, I always want a cute tag, and I rarely have the one for the occasion that I need, so we're just going to make some. And then here are the extra little parts and pieces. I've pre-stamped some of them in there, and then there's blank ones in there so that they can be stamped if I need something different. So they can be made on the fly, kind of to order. A little bit of twine in here, and I'm going to show you how to do all of this. So, hey Abby, welcome. Isn't this a cute set? I love it so much. Well, hello. Thank you for hosting a watch party. All right, you guys. So I'm going to show you this little box is a mini paper pumpkin box. It is so adorable. Oh my God. So let's move that for a minute. This is what they look like when you get them. So you get to choose whether you fold it so that the matte side is showing or it has a shiny side. So it's up to you. We're going to fold this one so that it has the matte side out, and they're really easy to fold. So you just turn it over shiny side up because we want the matte side on the outside, and then everywhere where there's a fold line, you're just going to fold it up and in. Up and in, up and in. This is the only part that's a little bit tricky, and it's still the same thing, up and in. Can you tell I worked at a pizza parlor? It's the same way we made pizza boxes. That was like, how many lifetimes ago now? All right, so we have this super cute little box, and that is going to become our little treasure trove for our tags. The next step on the box, and the reason I'm showing you this first is because this needs to dry. What I have done is taken one of my little Stampin' Spritzers and filled it up to about halfway with water. And there is one drop of raspberry, sorry, rich raspberry in here. And we're just going to spritz, spritz, spritz. And it doesn't have to be even. You want that little bit of mottled look to it. All right, so I'm going to run this over to the sink for just a minute, and I'll be right back. I have a little shelf over there that things dry on. All right, this, we do not want to use a damp piece though. I am not going to make you wait for that to dry. I made another one earlier this afternoon, so we're gonna work on this one. This is like the magic of the cooking shows when they put everything in the oven and then take out a fully baked one. All right, so we need a little divider on the inside of this box. And to do that, we're going to cut a piece of our gray granite, and we're gonna cut it 3 3/4 inches wide. And if you guys need dimensions after we're done, I can totally provide those too. 3 3/4 inches wide and 10 inches long. So remember I told you about this cool little fold out arm on the paper trimmer? We're gonna use that. How cool is that? Don't throw away this tiny piece, we're gonna use it. Because you know I can't throw anything away. But this is a really good project for those of you who are like me and can't throw away those little 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch scraps. You don't have to, because I'm going to show you how to use them and make them something beautiful. All right, so now we're going to use our little scorer, and our first score is going to be a 3/4 of an inch. The light gray one is for scoring. And next one is 2 1/8. Two 7/8. 3 5/8. Now we're going to skip to 6 3/8. And we're going to need to pull our arm back out. This was kind of tricky because your marks do continue here on the plastic, so just be careful and mindful when you line it up. So here's your half mark, and we want 3/8. And then 7 1/8. 7 7/8. And our last mark is going to be at 9 1/4. All right, so can you see all the little score marks on here? So we're going to find in your bone folder, and the ones on the ends are going to fold up. And I actually like to fold against my bone folder when I'm doing this because it gives it a little better crease. We don't want to crease it completely in half on this one. Then we're going to skip one, and then we're going to fold on the middle where you've got the two little pieces that are the same size. So we're going to fold there. You can fold that one and give it a nice crease with your bone folder. And then do that again on this next one as well. And we just want to slightly crease the one on the edge. Okay, so now we still have some more to go. So we're just going to fold those up a little bit. You do not need to crease those with your bone folder because they're going to be standing up straight here in a minute. Can you kind of see what's taken form here? It's a little tray. It's going to fit in here just like so. Yeah, the first one that I did, and I think this was a good idea, is I ran my Stampin' Seal down the edge here on the inside so that it did not pop open, because if it does, it's going to go springing up and then all of your lovely tags are going to be all over the place. And you can run a line of Stampin' Seal down the edges if you want to. I didn't worry about it. It stays in there just fine. All right, next thing we're going to do is to build another little compartment here, because who doesn't love compartments? I love to compartmentalize, I truly do. And we need our little piece of gray granite. Well, let's just grab another one. Next, we're going to cut two pieces that are each 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. We don't need this anymore. 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. And there's 1 and 2. All right, so we're going to be scoring these as well. We're going to do one down the center and then a couple on each side. So from the left edge, your first score on the tiny pieces, and you're going to score the shorter side. You want the shorter side on your against your ruler. Our first mark will be at 3/8 of an inch. Make sure your blade is out of the way. Don't be like me. Our next one is at 1 1/8. And our last one is at 1 7/8. And we're going to do 2 of these. So there's 1. So in case you missed it the first time, this one is 3/8. 1 1/8. And 7/8. 1 7/8. All right, and then for these, you can just fold that in half. And you'll fold the little ears up. We're going to run our Stampin' Seal on that too, because these we definitely do not want coming apart. They are what are going to keep all of our little ducks in a row. Now, if you have liquid glue, that's great. Mine hasn't come yet. It was back ordered. This is why you see me using Stampin' Seal on things that you're probably thinking, you could be gluing that. Yes, someday I will be able to. For right now, I love tape runners. Okay, so these kind of got to go in there together at the same time. And we want, the one in the front is going to need to be on the bottom. So see how I'm holding those? Because you can't put it this way, so you have to do it this way. We're going to make a T, and this is going to fit in there like so. And then just when it gets where it looks like it's all squared up, give it a nice press down, and it'll stay put. You can run a little bit of glue along the side if you want to. I haven't. Mine hasn't been unruly enough to really worry about it. And especially when you get stuff in here, then it's going to be fine. So there's our little box. Now let's make some things to go in there. And like I said, this is where I get to use all those weird little pieces that other people would probably go, oh, you just throw that away, don't even worry about it. I can't do that, you guys. I have never been able to do that. I have people that'll come along behind me and throw them away for me, and that's awesome because then I don't feel like I did it. So here's some little 1/2-inch pieces that I've had left over from playing earlier. Oh, there's another one. So we want strips that are 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1 inch. And that one looks like it needs to be, well, that one will probably be fine. And they can be all different lengths. Whatever length, I mean, you've got this much to work with, which I think it's about 4 and what? Okay, it's like 3 7/8. We're going to cut a little bit of cardstock. Let's do some in 1 inch. Let's do some in all 3 sizes so that we can pick and choose what we want to work with when we start putting these tags together. Because it's really one of the fun things about these tags is that you can mix and match. See, there's even a yellow one, and I think that's, yep, that's about the right width. Let's do, So I don't know how many of you knit. There's always knitting groups. There's always Stash Buster patterns that are listed. So for paper crafting, I consider this to be a Trash Buster pattern. Plus, you guys, I live in Oregon and we recycle everything. Seriously, we do. So I'm still with the cutting of the 1 inch, 3/4, and 1/4 inch. And I think this will be the last piece of cardstock that I do, and then we're going to move on to some of the Peony Garden Designer Series paper, or DSPs. Okay. I'm just going to toss all that over here for a minute. You guys, I love this paper. It is so pretty. So we have all of this to choose from. And the first box that I made, I used these 2, actually, these 3. So what do you think? Should we use like maybe this marbly one? That one looks cool. chime in. I don't know how long our lag is. I didn't check. Oh, there's me just pulling the wrapper back on the paper. So it looks like it's about 30 seconds. So what do you think? I'm gonna play with this one and that one. Those two, Jen. And then on the flip side, we've got pretties. This is such a gorgeous pack. And everything is so soft and muted. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so here again, we're gonna cut some 1 inch, and 1 inch and 3/4. We don't need any 1/2 inch strips of this because the 1/2 inch are primarily what your sentiments are going to be on. We will do some on the 3/4 as well. We're not folding, we're cutting. And hello, Lawana. How are you today? All right, so we have a nice little stash of strips here. And we're going to keep working with our lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch that we used last night because it has all of the 6 different ends on it. And then the stamps that we're going to be using are Lovely You. Again, we used this last night. So I want to show you how versatile this set is. It's just amazing and like one of my favorites. And we're also going to pull in, because I love I'm Here If You Need Me off of this set. And we can always use Congratulations. That would fit on a 3/4 inch strip. But those two. Oh, and the Thanks. The Thanks is small enough that we can use on that one too. And then from this set, I just love so many of the things on here. Your kindness is so loved. And you're amazing. You made my day. Okay, we have lots of them that we can use from that one. So let's just grab a strip. All right, what do you guys want to stamp? What are you feeling in the mood to say to somebody tonight? You're amazing. I'm here if you need me. Or smile. Which one you want to use? Birthday. That's the one you want to use, Jen. We can do birthday. Yeah, let's do birthday. Give me a challenge here. And the last one I read, smile. The smile off of the Lovely You. That was the last one I read. You're Amazing is that's the one that I liked off of the Ornate Thanks. You're making me guess and you could just type it in there. We're not playing charades. Right. Seriously, tell me which one you want. So Jen says one of them birthday. The third one on the left. All right, hold on, because I just picked them up. I'm really confused right now. This one, the lovely you. Because I thought you were talking about Ornate Garden. Which one don't you have, Jen? You guys are all sitting around your watch party laughing at me, aren't you? I see the little laughy face up there in the corner. Third on the left under thanks is just wanted to say. Is that the one you want to use? Because there's You Made My Day. Just wanted to say. Okay, we will use Just Wanted to Say. Thank you. Thank you for helping me with clarity. All right. I think let's do a rich ravelberry. I love this color. Love, love, love. Okay, that'll be pretty. We're gonna leave enough room to cut our little tag ends on here too. I just woke my kitty up that's sleeping on the chair here. I sprayed the Stampin' Mist. I didn't even realize he was there. Wakey, wakey, Yoda. All right, so we've got our sentiment here. We'll just cut this off at about the same place. Yeah, that's about equal. Now we're just going to give it a decorative end on both sides. And see how nicely that just finishes the end so much more than just cutting it off blunt and square. Not that there's not a use for that too. But you can see I'm measuring this very precisely with my finger. I am going to cut this one off blunt and square since it is wider. Alright, so this is one of our 1-inch pieces. We have a 3/4 inch piece here and our sentiment. And we're just going to give the other two pieces a decorative end. Come on. Alright, so the body of the tag we're going to leave a square end so that it's a nice little tag there. This one is going to be the backer for that one. So we're going to do both ends on that one. Does that make sense? It will more in a minute. I love you guys too. Hey Kathy, welcome. Even if you are sitting over there partying and laughing at me. I feel like, kind of like I'm being hazed into the sorority here. We're just going to trim off a little bit more on each of these. I think it'll look a little better. Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to stick this to that. So use your favorite sticking things to other things tool that you have. I'm going to run a little bit of Stampin' Seal on it. And one of these days I'm going to have more sticky things. Okay, now remember last night when I told you that we were going to continue to use our Label Me Fancy Punch because it had this awesome little hole and the ribbon bar hole? We are going to use it right now. We're going to use the tiny hanging hole, and because we want a little hanging hole for our linen thread on this one. So we're just going to make sure that we have it centered in there, but then pull it out so that you can't see it, otherwise that little top will get cut off. There you go. Perfect, tiny little hole. Now we're going to use some of our dimensionals, our little minis. And remember, when you're doing something long like this, you want to give it a little bit of a bridge support in the middle. And then just center it up and give it a little press. And we have a beautiful little tag there. All right, so it takes about 10 inches of the linen thread to create your hanger. And with the grid paper here, you've got a built-in ruler. So you don't even have to get out another ruler. Just about 10 inches fold that in half. I like to leave mine curly. Remember yesterday I showed you how to straighten this stuff out, but for the tags I like it curly. I think it looks cute. We're going to fold that in half, and then we're going to go in from the front. And there we have our cute little hang tag that you can use on your gift. And when you use the DSP as the backing, then it's also pretty back here too. And you can write on it if you wanted to. You could even put another little strip there if you wanted to write something else on it. So there is, this one's actually going to be a little bit too long for the box, but that's okay. Now let's decorate the top of this box because it's kind of plain and boring, huh? Let's fix that. This is another good way to use up your scraps. The only part of this that I cut intentionally is about a 3 by 3.5 piece of cardstock, just to use as a background. I have all these luscious scraps, makes me so happy. Okay, so we're going to add that like so, and then let's do a pretty piece of our DSP. Which one? The petal pink or the gray marble? The gray granite in marble. Need some sparkle. Yes, feel free to use your Wink of Stella on here. It would be really, really pretty. Or that pearl paint. There's so many things that I still need, and I will have them. Is somebody going to tell me which piece? Because otherwise I'm going to pick this one. Actually, we're going to use them both. Let's use this one for the 3 by, and we're going to cut this just a little narrower. We cut the other one at 3 and 3.5, so we'll cut this one at 2 3/4. And 3 1/4. Like so. And then we're going to go ahead and use this one. And I think we want it to be about 2 by 4 maybe. And then I'm going to dig around and see what other little scrappy pieces I have, because I want something for accents there. I have used up a lot of my scraps making these little tags. They're awesome. We're just going to, let's cut this one at about 1 3/4 square. Since I'm out of scraps, I have to make more now. All right, and while I'm finishing cutting this up, I want you guys to think about the sentiment that you want on the top of the box. So on the other one I did, love is what makes us family. I still like You're Amazing off of this one. Cherished Friend, that one's nice. And then Love is What Makes Us Family is still awesome too. So what do you think? You guys, I'm looking through the comments and we have so much of a lag. I don't even know what you're responding to anymore. My internet really is messed up. It's not as messed up as Jen's, but it's messed up. Cherished Friend. Okay, we have a decision. Thanks for making a decision. We will do that one. And I'm kind of thinking that let's do that in, you know what, let's just stay with our Rich Razzleberry. I like that one. And it's bold. And you're telling your friend that she's cherished. That should be bold. Cole's trying to sneak in the door over there. The more you try to sneak, the more you're going to get called out on it. Just walk in boldly. All right, so there's what our sentiment is going to be. I love it. Okay. But before we stamp that sentiment, let's do a little bit of cute flowers in the background of this one. What do you think? I think we should do that. I saw a couple people say flowers, so let's do some flowers. And let's give this one a pretty top too. Jen says, nice try, Cole. I'm going to give it a pretty top, and then we're also going to give it a little hangy hole. Wait, we were going to stamp flowers first, weren't we? What am I doing? You guys need to stop me. I wish we didn't have a lag. Somebody could have said, hey, wait. Close that one back up just a minute. And let's do some stamping with our petal pink. And some cute flowers. So maybe this tiny cute flower. You know what? We haven't used the little. I look at this and I see rose mulling. My mom was a painting teacher, and so she did a lot of decorative painting and rose mulling, and those were this. That's what those flowers were called. All right, so we'll just. Now we're ready for our cherished friend. Yes, that was Bling that you heard. She jumped up on the table and was going to stomp across the computer and everything that I have over there that you can't see, but you can imagine, because I know that you do the same thing. So Cole did dissuade her from stomping through the middle of everything here. There we go. So this, we'll put it on here. I want just a little bit of something different. Maybe like so behind it. So that's what it's gonna look like when we get all adhesived down. And we arranged it on here so that we can see where we need to start putting it together. So we're going to take everything back off in layers down to the bottom one, and that's the one we're going to start with as far as putting it on with adhesive. Does do the blue. All right, let's put it all back together and see what it looks like with the blue. That's cute, I like it. Let's do the blue. Aren't interactive crafts fun? If we didn't have such of a lag, they'd be a little more interactive. All right, what do you guys think? Hey Heather, welcome. Okay, this one's next. Oh, I thought I ran my tape runner out, but it's... Oh, there it is. Okay. Everybody got really quiet, including me. I keep trying to look up and see if there's any more comments. Do you guys want me to drop like a little file with the dimensions of everything that we've done here tonight? Because I can totally do that. If you want to make this, I will give you all of the dimensions for the cutting and the scores and everything. Hey.
I'm just looking.
Okay, great. I'm thinking about like so. I really do like the pop of blue. That was a great idea, Jen. All right, so when we put our tag on here, we are going to add a little accent bow, but we're not going to tie a bow. We're going to take 3 fingers and kind of wrap it around there a couple of times, and then off the other side. And here's where that little reversible, the reversible tweezers would be amazing. Gonna have to get some of those because everybody needs an extra hand or two when they're crafting. All right, and then we're gonna cut a piece that's about 4 inches. And that one we're going to fold in half and then go through the hole from the back, okay? And then what we're holding here in this hand, we're going to tuck that through the loop, pulling, stay off the table. Eventually you will meet all of my kitties, except for Hazard, because he doesn't jump up and make a pest out of himself. But there will be some time that, as we're working in the future, kitties will jump up here. And I got sidetracked staring at her across the table and was not paying attention to my little twine loop here. Because you know, the mom death stare, the one that you give your kids when they're misbehaving, I give that to my kitties too. All right, so see what I did there is just like looped that through. And then we're gonna pull it, and it's going to look like it's tied, but it's not really tied. And then that is going to sit right there. My Stampin' Seal is making me very humble tonight. And there we have it. And you can trim the little bow ends however you would like. I kind of like them looking a little bit swirly and messy. Maybe that one needs to be shortened. We don't want it to get closed into the box, do we? So we'll make a few little trims here. That one we're going to leave long. Okay. there is our tag box. I'm going to fill it up with tags, but not make you guys watch me do that. And I don't think I mentioned either that everything that I'm making in this party and showing you how to do, you guys are going to get to win this. So somebody is going to win this little box full of tags and tag materials and the cards that we made yesterday. Tomorrow we're going to be stamping in Tula 12 inserts. You won't be winning those, sorry. But then we're going to make some super cute treat boxes and with dies on Sunday. So thank you for hanging out with me and watching. And I'm reading comments here. Could I send it in a message or messenger? Then I'll put it in a file. All right, you guys. Now I need to figure out how to get my phone back around. So here I am upside down. Woohoo! Thank you. Have a good night.